When last we left off, we were almost done with events as we were aware of the hangover of the Crab Graham's retirement party. The only thing pressing is an aka Mother Nature has to return either $2,000 cash or the little baggie of Nichigo, new Russian street drug, to Neil at the Daffodil Club before 7 p.m. tonight. However, at the research laboratory where we left our heroes off last month, whenever it was, Mother Nature had left the baggie with Dr. Ethan Blagg, a scientist of
someone
ethics.
Who you think you could trust,
I
don't know why, given his past ethics as a scientist, she thought that was the responsible thing. Like he would be responsible with drug residue. But in the moment, that seemed like a thing that was possible.
Yeah, I would have never worried about his, his vices.
We didn't necessarily know he was going to synthesize, what was that, 25 times the volume that was originally in.
And snort it.
And give more to Floyd, too. Seemingly quite happy about it.
It was likely Floyd's fault. I feel like there's some peer pressure.
But so, returning to the nuclear particle accelerator research laboratory, we found Dr. Blagg as a kite, along with Floyd the talking air-breathing fish, dancing to some bass-heavy club music. Generic beat.
Can I make a note, because I leveled up last time and I increased my tough.
Oh, you did take tough.
To D8.
All right. You're at, that doesn't give you back the injury you already sustained.
No,
you're
I know.
7. You're at 7 of 8 right now. But
just so you can mark it down on your thing.
I am. Thank you. Let's make a doo-doo-doo-doo. Get your Zelda noise going for the heart container.
Get an extra heart, yeah.
Yep. Well, 2 hearts, actually. All right. Note made. And at the very end, deciding what to do, they finally sort of came to the conclusion they were going to try and return the synthesized Nichigo to Neil, and with some exquisite drug handling rolls from both Mr. Bits and Mother Nature, made a flawless, imperceptible replica of the baggie as it beforehand.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I feel like my rolling had nothing to do with it.
Oh, no. But it needed both of you, because I had set a group DC of 25, and if I remember correctly, you rolled like a 29 or something.
Yeah, but I think Bert did the heavy lifting.
But yeah, flawless
as usual. When something requires good rolls, it's Bert that does the work.
Yeah, he's the actual talented one out of us.
And so, Bert, being not with us this week,
where's the script?
The dad of the group, volunteering to remain Dr. Blagg, nothing bad happens, while also observing the effects of Nichigo firsthand. So that's our story as to why he's not. So it's just after 5 in the evening on Sunday. 2 hours left to your deadline.
Well,
what do you like to do?
I guess we're headed to the Daffodil Club.
Yeah, I think we were outside the Daffodil Club, and the whole thing is I had to like change back out of. I don't remember anything. I think I
Oh
had to
yeah, we were
change
gonna
back
go
out of
unsuited, right?
my Mother Nature thing because Mother Nature is not associated with whoever the fuck I was last night, and so I need to like redon that bullshit and put it on. Go in, drop the drugs off with Neil, and then get home.
I do
And
feel
I can't
the
remember the
need to point out
situation with the chain and the puking.
you did drive over to the Nuclear Particle Accelerator Research Laboratory in a Defenders of the City motor pool car.
Yeah, we were going to park down the street, I think was the dealio.
Yeah.
Okay. You
God,
can
I still need to get
change
my car washed. Damn it.
into and out of your Mother Nature costume, your Marge clothes, and the Cleopatra outfit. Same rules. 1 minute of private time. Switch it out, whirlwind style.
Okay, yeah, and I'll unsuit as well.
All right, so Mother Nature is back in the Cleopatra outfit, and Ricky is.
Did he ever leave?
Ricky's going as Ricky.
Yeah, I didn't.
Did he
I'm
ever
not
leave?
doing the Sailor Moon thing.
I couldn't remember if you'd ever actually gotten out of the Sailor Moon outfit.
He did actually take the when we were at the apartment or the apartment in headquarters. He took the Sailor Moon outfit off and put it in his closet
Yeah,
for later
I'm
use.
keeping that for future.
In the special drawer.
Yeah, among my other
And
cosplay outfits.
street clothes.
Yes, street clothes for me.
Well, Tyler, not Ricky.
Oh, Tyler, sorry. Yeah.
Okay, so Cleopatra going over to the Daffodil Club.
I don't know what Tyler's doing. Sorry, my mouth's full.
That's okay. So you drive over towards the region the Daffodil Club is in the Defenders of the City motor pool car, which is identifiable. I mean, it's basically a bright purple cop car with glowing ground effects on it. So I mean, it's pretty identifiable. You park it in. Where do you park it? How far away are we looking for an alley?
Is there a nearby street side billboard that we could park it behind and then cover it with branches like they do in the movies?
You mean like in Batman '66? Yeah,
Yeah.
no. Think Manhattan. No, all the
Then can we park
billboards
it in
are.
an alley? Maybe not illegally, like where it'd get towed.
No, there's definitely you can find if
Or is there like a Taco Burger Palace nearby that we can
Oh
walk
yeah,
from?
Taco Burger Palace.
okay, park it
It's not
behind the
suspicious
dumpster.
at all. It's just, they went in for dinner. Who
I mean,
knows?
I know Taco Burger Palace isn't the official fast food chain of the Defenders of the City, but it's pretty damn popular that even the Defenders would be
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Although Nemo's Noshes did the sandwich place did sponsor your
Right.
well that was then. Well, you guys were there too. Um, now, whenever you depart from your Taco Burger Palace, are you trying to just pulling up parking, and then apparently trying to appear nonchalant and casual as you leave without going in?
Well, yeah. I mean, we've all parked it and not gone in, right?
Like this taco, this isn't this
It
is
shouldn't
this
be a
the
big deal.
particular? Is this different from the chain whatever that's on the map that I'm not looking at the second?
I'm sorry, I heard. Is this different from?
Taco Burger Palace number 6182.
Oh yeah. No. 6182 is the closest one to the nuclear particle. This is that's probably 5-10 miles away.
What about the one at the strip mall?
The strip malls actually these are not in any sort of geographical uh, semblance. I to be
Okay.
distracting. Strip Mall was over by Mitch's house. That's the one that Tyler ran to from Mitch's house.
So this is probably the fourth Taco Burger Palace that we've visited in this
They're
game world, which is
they're
accurate, I think.
yeah, they're like Starbucks. Like you walk 3 blocks
Every
in any
three
direction,
blocks,
there's
yeah.
Burger Palace. Yeah, right. Like you can actually stand at the door of one Taco Burger Palace through it and probably hit another Taco Burger Palace.
Yeah.
And like, where's
So
that?
I mean, we'll park. It's a busy place, and nobody's gonna notice if we don't go in.
So,
I don't think we're
just,
trying to draw attention, but we are.
No, we're not drawing attention.
just for my own well-being, what
Just
I would
finding
like
any
y'all
way
to
to get our
do
car
is,
towed, right?
all right, give me a charm for each of you. Charming, and you can either go with sneak or perform or deception, whichever is your bailiwick or your best one, to kind of just play it off as though it's a perfectly normal thing.
This is not my skill set.
Nope, me neither.
And you have persuasion.
Oh, can I use persuasion?
Yeah, sneak, persuasion, perform, deception.
Oh, yeah, I missed the persuasion. Sorry.
Tyler is 10.
Ooh, that's a good roll. That's a good roll. 20.
Ah,
What?
I got max
yeah,
on my.
show
I
to
have a
the
D10
face
for
man.
charming. And then I rolled a max. Well, basically 10, 6, and a 4. So hey.
Show to the face man. All right, so Tyler's a 10. Show to or Ricky's, because you're in street outfit. Sorry, Ricky's a 20. And what did Marge get?
9.
Okay, that's more than enough. And even if it wasn't, yeah, honestly, Ricky's Emmy Award would have pulled it off.
My
All right,
winning
so
smile.
yeah, take a in this case, let's say about 2 or 3 blocks walk from the Daffodil Club, and it is at this point about 5:30 in the evening. It's April, so it's still you got plenty of sun. I should point out this is not April in the Great White North, and
Right, yeah. I get it.
so yeah,
So we make it
and you
there. It's
approach,
around 5:30. You said.
give or take, yeah, 5:30, yeah,
So definitely on time.
Do you mean to say
plenty
the
of
city
time.
is not in Finland?
Well, more I was saying the city is not in Yellowknife,
Okay.
but
The Northwest Territories, yeah.
so you approach entrance. Any preparatory actions you wish to do?
Maybe I'll do a quick scan. Not that I have any sort of perception, but
Go ahead, roll smart and hero for me.
yeah, see if there's anybody watching us as we go in. 8.
Now, is this outside or inside?
On the way in, like as we
Okay.
get to the door, I'll do like a quick, scan of the street to see if there's any suspicious vehicles or people at the
As you
door
are
or near the door.
as you're approaching, it is in the city's perspective. It's not quite time for the mad rush of everyone leaving and trying to get to a club, or everyone's just getting ready to. Everyone minding their own business. Thing
It is
leaps out at
Sunday,
you.
so.
I'm sorry.
It is Sunday, right?
Uh, remember, mega metropolis. Sunday
Yeah,
doesn't mean.
still rush hour going on.
Well, in the city, rush hour actually hasn't really picked up. Things are a little bit later in a city. It's 6 to 7 rush hour, 4 to 5.
Oh, okay.
Of course, remember that in the city, it's also not unusual to have a dinner reservation for 9 o'clock at night or 10 o'clock at night for dinner. Normal thing. Which, if you make me wait until 9 o'clock for dinner, I'm eating at like 5:30, and then screw you, and then I'll eat again at 9. But like, I ain't waiting until.
Right.
Expect me to wait from like 12:30 to 9?
What the?
Right? Yeah, get out of here with that.
Well, that's why you have tea.
Yeah, tea means snack time,
Exactly.
and no tea.
Or dinner and supper.
Gotta have that 4 o'clock meal if you're gonna eat at dinner at 9.
Definitely. All right, so we were at the entrance. It is.
Marge looks at the ceiling of the roof of the Daffodil Club for things that are in case she has to get out of the way fast, she can vine whip to pull herself up to a roof or something.
Oh, there are plenty of things. Now, for example, to where, as a clarification, just for your own mental thing, um, most of the buildings are brick and to some extent. Now, when it comes to a glass or steel building, then you'll need protrusions. But for rough hewn, like brownstone, brick, cinder kind of things, you know how the same way like creeping ivy will like do those holes and latch on really hard. You can
Ooh,
you do that just at high speed when you fling a vine whip at the at like a
like
brick.
Velcro, Vine Velcro
Yeah, like
on
vine
a
velcro
rough.
I was
spike.
also wondering if there was like a fire escape on the side or something.
Oh, sorry. Oh, visual for visual. The daffodil is like in the middle of a block, so with
So it's totally
building
attached.
Fart.
right,
Attached
totally
on.
attached on both sides.
Okay.
But it is brick. Most of this whole neighborhood is brick. So yeah, you could whip into the wall and fling yourself up if you needed to. And of course, there are protrusions, from windowsills and the like. It's not like where it becomes an issue is when you're on like the 68th floor of a skyscraper that's solid glass. That's when it gets to be a little trickier. When you're in the mid-grade boroughs. I should find a shot of a similar street view. Okay, not to steal. Whose image is this? Oh, it doesn't give me credit for it. Okay, sorry to whomever this image I'm about to borrow. It is not mine. So it kind of like that. If that gives you an idea, like where
Yeah,
where the green awning is, would be the Daffodil Club.
makes sense.
So you're attached on both sides of the place. There's protrusions there, awnings, all manner of objects. I mean, heck, Ricky might even be able to acrobat himself up, and Tyler definitely can.
Could do his mecha jump.
Right, mecha jump and some
Many episodes
bending.
ago, when I first had these superpowers added to Tyler's sheet, I had bionic sounds all raring to go. For the first time that Tyler jumped something. But that was weeks ago. That was months ago, really.
It's been a while.
So I
That's
hope he
my
doesn't
fault.
have to jump tonight. And I'll miss that bionic sound.
So are we actually going in, or are we?
Yes.
Sure.
I will
Mark,
open the door like a
we'll totally
gentleman.
go in. Harrigan, still trying to be a little bit surreptitious. She's more interested in scanning the interior once we're inside to see if more people are there that we should be wary of.
Okay. Well, also as just for my own clarification, I'm assuming you changed back into the Cleopatra outfit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, she's trying to look, reasonably approximating the person
So you
who
don't
was there
look
before.
like Marge
Yeah.
is the point. All right. So
Oh,
oh
since we're not in our costumes, can I like still pack heat like my pistol?
sure.
Okay.
Uh,
Like in
I
the
mean, if
back
you're
of my waistband, type
Walking
of thing,
into
in
the
my
club with a
pants.
gun, that's not gonna lead to trouble.
I'm just being
well,
prepared.
the good news
It's only
is
for defense.
yeah, the good news is all of you know that anytime something happens in the Daffodil Club, it's almost like neutral territory for the bad guys, if you will. Um, because anytime something goes down, it always ends in a bath and everyone loses. So it's
Oh, I didn't bring
Okay.
so
um any Kleenex.
it's one of those things as far as at least as far as the criminal underworld. There hasn't been a severe incident at the Daffodil Club in probably the last 15 years. Everyone remembers Halloween 2004. Like, we don't talk about that. Like, um,
So this is like the Continental Hotel but a
oh,
bar.
right. It's a Continental in a gay strip club, basically.
Okay.
Already.
If we want to go with John Wick references.
Oh, we do. We absolutely
Okay.
do.
Yeah, it's totally the Continental in a gay strip club. And as you walk in, it still has not quite um, picked up for the evening. It's still early enough that it hasn't transitioned off of daydream. Um, Dinner is not exactly a thing that happens. I mean, they serve food because they have to by law, but it's not a place you go to dine. With someone shaking their hoo hoo in front of you.
What?
Dancing hasn't picked up yet.
I
There's
thought
more dancers here than there were this
I thought
afternoon.
strip clubs were renowned for their like lunch bar food eating bars.
Okay, let's all have a little bit of honesty here. As someone who has no real interest in the strip club, the food sucks. Okay, everyone saying they're going through there for the wings is like saying they read Playboy. Like, let's just be
Yeah, but I've known people who swear to baby Jesus. Oh, I'm totally going to the lunch buffet at the strip bar. Yeah.
Right.
then yeah. And how often do they take the wings to go? Just saying. Yeah. Anyway, there's more dancers here. For the most part, they're still kind of like hanging out, just playing on their phones, waiting for customers to arrive. Like they're not going to get a day drunk that's been there since 4 o'clock and is half tossed and not paying attention.
Yeah, we would probably recognize that guy.
So yeah, you recognize that guy that was laying out on
Hmm.
the couch. Um, Not noticed.
And the dancer who I didn't make friends with, is he like on the job now?
I'm sorry.
There was a
Who?
dancer on his phone.
Yeah, that's the guy I was talking about. Is
Oh,
he was the
okay.
one that was laying on the couch that you
Oh, I was thinking about the
you
day drunk
tried?
guy who was there too.
Oh yeah, both of them are still there. Neil is of course still there. Um, he seems to never leave. It's kind of weird. But I do need actually both of you, actually all three of you, because I keep forgetting there's Tyler, Ricky, and Marge. All three of you to make a smart plus perception check for me.
So smart. Oh man, I'm rolling well. 10.
All right.
Okay, Marge is
Rolling blocks
14.
tonight.
14. Good.
And Tyler was math. 9.
9. Okay. Um, what Marge notices as approaching, you go in, do the. Of course, you walk into a place, you do the scan. You scan your room. Um, it looks like one of the benches along the wall. Um, looks like there's a heavy object on it, but there's nothing there.
What?
Oh.
You mean like a
Like
butt
the
depression?
cushion's mushed. Yeah,
Oh
there's
no,
like
I'm
a
not saying
butt
anything
depression
meta.
and a cushion mushing in, and there's nothing there though.
All right. So first thing, oh crap. What to do? Because that seems like an elephantum butt if ever there was an elephantum butt in a club.
Well,
Up in the club.
In the
well,
clip. In the
well,
clip.
in the
Or
clip.
someone else's butt who's invisible, like the elephantum can be.
Elephantomly.
But I feel like
Uh,
there's the driving purpose of even being here, though, is to talk to Neil. And even
well, with a 14, you can tell that it is definitely wide enough to be a elephantum posterior.
but it could also just be somebody with a lot of junk in the trunk, right? Who can also be invisible. Okay, I didn't plan to say that, like as a fun. It was like out of my mouth, and I was like, "Junk in the trunk."
Well, like for
Like most
example,
elephants got.
the only other person that I believe that that can nope. Two other people that can turn invisible. That
Do
would be
it?
the Groove Lord, but I believe you have
He's
killed
not
the Groove Lord.
that big, right? We killed the Groove
He-
Lord.
He's he kind of had his head blown off, and as far as you're aware,
So we know he's not sitting on his
his
face.
his headless corpse was by
Evard or whatever.
suspected. Do what?
Ebarb, the doctor snorts the coke. He's
Yeah,
Is that one of the bodies he has in a tub of goo?
it's suspected. It's suspected. You blew, or Mr. Bits blew his head off of the gift shop of the Nuclear Particle Accelerator Research Laboratory during the giant disco showdown, and then attention was pulled away, and then once it was, a few seconds later I should say, the corpse was missing, and there was
Who's
no blood.
who's the other person we know who could go invisible?
The other one is one of the heroes, Crimson Ninja, who also helped you showdown.
Oh, but Crimson Ninja #1 isn't that big.
And no, Crimson Ninja's about the size. Like Crimson Ninja is less than about the size of one of Elephantom's legs.
Yeah,
Like,
and she's even less likely to be in this club than we are, unless she's investigating us now for stupid choices, like in an internal affairs kind of situation with the defenders. But I figure that's more of a Monday problem.
That's a future us issue.
I think that's more of a problem, like for everybody's gonna get fired because we're terrible at our jobs, kind of thing. That happens on Mondays. John Swanson, he's just trying to mow his lawn and stuff today.
As far as you're aware, John Swanson's MIA with a headache. Well, he may have crawled back in several hours, but last time he checked on him,
We don't know where he lives, do we?
no.
I'm still trying to figure out what these unmarked buildings are on the map.
Oh, you didn't see my little thing from where'd it go?
Mm-mm.
Hangover.
Mm-mm. I don't think I saw
I
things.
just
Plus, I don't have the memories. I don't. My little gray cells don't remember things.
well, you're only trying to run 5 or 6 games at a time, so.
It's like just before this, I hit my head on the refrigerator because I forgot I had the door open. It was like just simple things are hard. So actual plot details from a campaign that happened like
This is
more
called
than
How You Might
more than 4 minutes ago.
SLDS.
I'm not gonna remember. Yeah, what was I doing again?
Look on the whiteboard.
I'm still thinking about elephant butt. I'm sorry. Oh, hee. Well, it worked. Congratulations.
Just like the 100-foot hallway with nothing in it.
Game Master gets 5 XP.
And I wonder why my players
And
never trust
an
anything I say.
accomplishment
Anyway.
with an exclamation point.
All right.
Accomplishment
So yes,
1. Fucked with
you
players'
are.
heads.
I think that's what all my accomplishments look like. Just a wall of fucked with players' heads.
Okay.
The club, you have a that you spotted.
I feel like even though I'm not totally comfortable, Marge isn't totally comfortable with like knowing that okay, that's probably Elephantom, and they can see what I'm up to, and that could be bad. I feel like she feels like she has to do this money drop off with Neil first.
Oh, and I'm sorry, both of you with or everyone who rolled over. Buddy. I did forget to mention there's one other individual who was not here earlier, and it's not sitting in the left. At one of the tables, kind of just as though he's waiting for something or someone, is an individual that is very noticeable, kind of built like a Gears of War character, excessively tall, excessively broad shouldered, unnaturally built like shit brick house.
Season
Um,
1, JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, Muscle Boy.
maybe, I don't know.
Or like their
I'm going to
heads are
take your word on
they're
that.
too small for their bodies because they're so swole.
Yeah, that kind of thing where they look like they're is wider than their head kind of deal. Um, yep. Not starting anything. He's just there.
Do we recognize that guy
Okay.
at all? As like an
Does he look Russian?
affiliate of Ilya or whoever the hell it is that I took cigars from?
There is as you're scanning the room, because of course someone comes in, everyone looks. Someone comes in, they look at everyone. Um, you pass over all three of you. There is no cognizant recognition from anyone except for Neil, who recognizes you, and that one dancer looks at Marge and is just like, ugh,
Her
like
again.
you again.
So, can I ask if I'm remembering this correctly? What I remember Neil telling me is he said something like, "Oh God, I don't remember what he said." I mean, there's from what he said, I got this impression that he was trustworthy because he didn't want to stir up no shit. He didn't want to get involved with this.
Oh yes, he is.
He wanted to kind of stay out of it. But now I'm
There.
trying to remember if I got an impression that people don't mess with Neil either, like because of that whole idea of this being the Continental. That if Marge were to drop off something with Neil, say to give to Ilya, are people going to rough Neil up? Because I had the idea in
No.
my head that he was sacred.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, very much the concierge No, there's cameras on specifically on Neil. You don't know the actual process of what goes on, but the general vibe that you would have is that basically Neil is regularly used as a secured exchange point because no one messes with him or with the club in general. Now, if someone picks up something from Neil, leaves the club, they might get jacked up on the street outside.
Yeah.
But
Well, this is the impression I had. I just wanted to make sure that I was remembering things accurately and not like coming up with 19 pages of elaborate
yeah, no,
backstory for
once
Neil
you're out
on my
of
own.
the club, you might have an issue, but you are pretty confident that if you leave it with him, Ilya will get it.
I have like really clear notes here that somebody's name is DJ Funk Juicy and he has a boat named Funk Star.
Yeah, we all know
Wow.
him.
That's an easy name to remember. I can't imagine anybody having a problem with that name.
Wait. How did you write it down?
DJ Funk Juicy has a boat named Funk
Yeah,
Star. I spelled it Phunk, then Joosey.
that's 100%.
Whee! Oh, and is Ilya's name Ilya Uchenko Havich?
No, that would be Ilya
Halyevich?
Alexeyev.
What's Uchenko Halyevich?
Ivchenkovich
Italyevich?
is the enforcer that was you were talking to in, if you remember, very early on, and as you were retracing your steps, there was a black SUV that drove up and had two members of
Oh, he's the one who gave us the
in it.
ultimatum.
He's the one who gave the ultimatum.
And what was Ilya's last name again?
The other guy, his name is Ivchenko Vidalievich, like
Oh,
Vidalievich.
like the onion?
Yeah, like the onion Evich, basically. Uh, don't call him Onionovich. He will stab you. Uh, um, I don't know if you have the other guy's name or not. I don't want
Ilya
to. Ilya Alexeyev.
Alexia.
Stick it over here in a
Yeah.
text
I just
box.
want to make sure I got that down so I could like lose this page of notes for 2 months and not know what anybody's names were again.
There, I'll stick out of the way, but you can get it. And then there's Neil.
Thank God for Neil. Thank Zart for Neil. He doesn't have a last name right because he's so cool.
No, yeah, no, he does not have he does not have a last name.
I just found the deck
He's
of
just Neil.
cards that goes with your deck of transmutations, which we forgot to use at all. What? Okay, back to the things. Okay, so totally, Marge's intention.
She's totally not stalling. Not at all. Not
No,
not
because I
stalling for a
have this
major
like,
decision.
there's this like inner knowledge. Like I'm like, this is just gonna end up badly. This is gonna be terrible. But I don't really have any other ideas, so I'm pretty much stuck with it. So Marge's gonna go up to Neil and be like, "Hi, Neil.
Hey, welcome back.
How's it going?"
It's he just kind of shrugs and like makes a vague gesture to the club, like it hasn't picked
It's a
up yet.
day.
It's 5:30 on a Sunday.
I don't want to make, I feel like I'm making presumptions off our previous conversation, but if I were to leave a package with you for Ilya Alexeyev, something that is owed to him by 7 p.m.,
Uh huh.
would that be a accurate thing that I could leave that with you for a handover?
That was kind of the idea, yeah.
All right, well, I'm doing that. And she hands him the envelope.
Did you put the baggie in the envelope?
Yeah,
Okay.
put Ilya's name on it.
How do you spell his name?
What? I spell it like ILYAALEXEYEV. I'm reading it off the screen.
Well, no. I know this. It's there. I'm asking, how does Marge spell the name? Like, do you want to spell it correctly? Do you want to misspell it?
No, she's
Or do you
spelling
want
it
to
correctly.
butcher it and be a complete?
She doesn't know how many Ilyas there are in town. I mean, the city's a big place. She doesn't want there to be some mix up
Okay.
where a different Ilya. Why are you asking me these questions?
Right.
I'm
A
immediately
different one with
suspicious.
an ultimatum. Yeah.
Is there
Exactly.
like a 2L Ilya Alexiev running around the Daffodil Club that I need to be aware of?
with a 7 p.m. ultimatum
Yes.
for $2,000 worth of drugs? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a coincidental.
That happens so frequently in the Vlorna.
The the wrong Ilya gets the envelope because of some kooky mix-up,
Oh, God.
and then a romantic comedy ensues. Like Tom Hanks is the man with one red shoe.
When Ilya met Marge.
Ew.
Well, apparently he already had some good times with him,
Yeah.
smoking cigars and
She
stuff.
doesn't remember any of that. It's terrible. Yeah, she's totally committed to this plan of action. Yeah. Should she tip
committing
Neil?
to it?
Should she tip Neil? I mean, she's like, she asked Neil, do you take tips? Should I tip you? What's the etiquette for like a drop off? This is my first drop off. Can you tell?
It's a little obvious, yeah, just a little bit.
So
He he gingerly takes the envelope from you, or kind of like doing the tug, like this is where you let go bit,
she lets go. But what is
and then
etiquette?
reaches into his shirt and takes out a key that's on a lanyard, and ducks down, or not ducks down, but kind of leans over behind the bar and click, click, locks, opens a drawer.
Key on the
Puts the
lanyard,
envelope in it. There's only one lock or one key on the lanyard, and you heard 2 locks. So the other key came from somewhere else.
His pants.
Maybe, you don't know. But so yeah, locks it back up.
He's warforged.
Puts the key back in it. I'll make sure Ilya gets it. You don't have to worry about it. He's just kind of like, what did you have?
No, like, is there etiquette? Like, should I tip you for your service and stuff, or just light a candle for you at the local church or something? I don't know what's appropriate.
He's staring right at you with the expression of, oh God, no. Did you want a drink or something? Is there something else I can do for you? Like, or are we done?
Well,
I'd like to.
I think we're done, and if there's nothing else I ought to be doing as part of this process.
You dropped it off. You're done.
She gives him thumbs up. Okay. Have a nice evening. And then she backs away from the bar.
I just shrug. Like, yeah? As Marge.
And then
So you have successfully dropped off.
And then she scurries over to the bench where the big fat invisible ass is and plops down next to it. Hello, Elephantom.
So as Marge, you're waving. Well, no, as Marge, as Cleopatra, you're waving at the lump.
I'm not acting like
Club.
I mean, just because I'm dressed like Cleopatra doesn't mean that I can't go up to Elephantom and be like, haha, I know who you are.
No, I'm just wondering, making sure that you're basically outing yourself that you know who Elephantom is as Marge.
Am I Marge though?
Because you're Marge dressed up as Cleopatra right
He's
now,
been to
and
my fucking house. I mean, what is the deal?
no, just making sure.
I mean, I feel like he isn't discovering information.
Just making sure.
I'm so screwed.
So you wave to the empty couch, or visibly empty couch, I should say. Say hello.
No, she said she sat down with him.
I did
Is
say
that
hello.
right?
I did say hello, Elephantum,
Yeah.
as I sat
And
down.
oh, you're sitting down next to him.
Yes.
I did not hear that part.
Yes.
Okay.
She like immediately scurries over to the bench where he's sitting, sits down next to him, and is like, "Hello."
Hello. I'm sorry. I just had this hyacinth bouquet.
Long time no see. I'm
Hello.
cracking myself up. Hello, Elephantum. Long time no see.
Hello.
Okay, now we're all doing hyacinth. Okay. All right.
We sound.
You. Meanwhile, what are Ricky and Tyler doing? Are they just watching this happen?
Well, now that things are kind of just cool, I'll just order another cocktail, I guess.
Tyler's hovering by the front door, and he's like motioning, like, "Why are we not leaving? Come on, come on!"
Tyler's the smart one. Like, let's get the fuck out and go.
Why are we still
Yeah,
here?
and I'll get a gin and tonic from Neil, and I'll go sit down. Even though I don't know like why she's sitting there, I'm just gonna go sit down in the booth
Do you sit on
with
Elephantum's
Marge.
lap?
Yeah, like
I'll just scurry the other side. I don't want to sit right beside you.
So one of you is
Oh.
on either side of Ella, just for the.
Yeah.
So as you do, you sit down. There's a brief shimmering and he becomes visible and kind of leans back into the couch and puts one arm around each of your shoulders. At which point you realize this dude's freaking huge. Like, according to the notes here, 7'10".
Oh.
But so is Ricky's sense
My.
of self. So they're
Yeah,
about
it's
equal,
about as
right?
big. He's about as big as Ricky's ego. That's a good
Yeah.
way of putting it. And he just puts one arm around each of you, like, it's been a while, hasn't it?
I trust you've been well. Haven't seen our mutual friend Knitter Dame any time lately, have ya?
And at that point, what am I gonna have for that? Just make a straight charming roll for me.
Is that me? Or
No, I'm sorry, that's for Marge.
oh, Marge. Okay.
Ooh, almost max. 11.
Did I hear 11?
You did hear 11. I'm
11.
shocked by my rolls tonight. I haven't done one.
Okay. Yeah, you've been on fire for the last couple games. Like, oh my god, Whiz King Weekend at the Whiz King Part 2 was murder.
Yeah, that was well, actually
Did
no.
you guys get murdered?
I rolled some bad things. I felt because I had a different dice color, and then I changed my dice color to the lucky dice color, and I rolled better.
Yeah, no, for about an hour and a half, she didn't roll anything below a 15 against us. Like, that's not good. Anyway, so and when you mention Notre Dame, he kind of, you notice there's kind of almost a mournful expression. Little wave passes over him, like he started with this charming facade, and then kind of like he just, ouch, he just touched a nerve, and He kind of looks down and goes, "No, sadly."
Love on the rocks. Oh well. There's some things you just can't steal.
Unfortunately, no. I
So,
keep trying.
I saw on the news that you've been busy. You've picked up a little doodad from the museum.
Oh, did you like that one? I was quite proud of that one
I
myself.
knew it was you.
I might as well have left a calling card.
Mm.
He's in spite of his height and bulk, he's dressed like immaculately. Like this would be the equivalent of an Armani suit with no shoes, of course, because he doesn't really need them. But like nice, crisp cufflinks and an immaculately Windsor knotted tie.
Does he wear a bowler hat?
He's not wearing it right now, but you can imagine there's probably one
I was kind
around.
of
Or a
secretly
gold crown
picturing
like
him.
Babar.
I was picturing him as like an elephant version of Hercule Poirot. I don't know why.
I started thinking of Babar.
Yeah, Babar.
Crisp green
Babar's
suit.
dad.
Yeah.
Babar's dad with no crown. Actually, if I still have it, I think that was my original image for Elephantum. I think. Let me see if I can find it.
Not
Doo-doo-doo.
Elephantum in his boxer shorts.
No, I didn't draw that one. I found that one online,
I
and
don't know.
it was
I don't know where
perfect.
that one came from. Really, I can't. I don't remember who the artist is. So sorry. That's not us though.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, no, it was a GIF with Babar's dad on it. Oh, that's horrible. But yeah,
That's dwarves.
Yeah.
yeah, very not far off actually. So there's that.
So I'm curious.
Yeah. Is this one of your favorite hangouts there, sir?
Well, I don't really consider it one of my favorite places, but I have to confess, I'm a little curious as to why you three have been spending so much time here recently.
Well, we'd heard that you had some involvement. At least a little. A little birdie told us that you been smuggling some drugs in the country using stuffies.
Drugs? No, my gods, no, I would never deal with drugs.
Really?
Art pieces, on the other hand.
Huh.
The art pieces, on the other hand.
So you don't
That
have
might
any
happen.
dealings with Ilya Alexiev?
I'm sorry, who?
Ilya Alexiev, who hangs out here at the Daffodil Club. You aren't involved in his drug ring.
He kind of like pulls you in a little bit closer on with the shoulder. It's like, oh, you mean like the way you were doing last night?
That was in an investigational capacity.
Didn't look like it from where I was sitting.
I'm good at my job. Meanwhile, off mic, I'm shitting myself.
Both of you feel kind of like
laughing.
he's not audibly laughing, but you feel both of you, since with physical proximity, feel very much the
The
rumbling
bench,
of
the bench is shaking a little.
yeah. He's stifling a belly laugh,
He's
but
butt laughing.
yeah, he's
As only he.
laughing. He's definitely laughing.
Yeah, when you're holding it in so hard that your butt shakes. No one else has butt laughed before? Okay.
Well,
She
maybe.
is obsessed with Elephantum's butt, isn't she?
It's an elephantum butt kind of day.
You cannot lie. Speaking of which, there is an elephant in our whiteboard. Anonymous elephant. Whoa.
What?
That's, yeah, on the whiteboard, it's anonymous
He's
elephant.
watching. Oh, goddamn.
Oh, so there is.
He's everywhere.
And
He
this
knows
is the
everything.
anonymous animal that always shows up every time we play.
Oh, that is priceless.
Way too good.
We have the two people, for those listening at home, we have the two people that are here, their names, and an anonymous elephant.
Lurking.
Yeah. Like, as he does.
So, I can't remember what I was going to say to Elephantom. Oh, so you're
You
only
were good at your
interested.
job.
I am. I was good at my job. Yeah, this is totally how Marta's reframed the events of the previous evening. That it was that she knows that it was just some kind of plot that she concocted while she was under the influence of too much alcohol and nacho cheese to infiltrate this crime ring, and that anything that she did was purely in the pursuit of justice.
Very nice. Well done
Yes,
with the mental gymnastics.
breaking breaking up this, this synthetic drug, this unnatural chemical in the world, must defeat. And somehow she's also, rationalized getting Dr. Blarg to like synthesize a bunch of this stuff. And just, I don't know. There's lots of mental gymnastics going on here. So she's then like, okay, well, so if you're not smuggling drugs and you're just smuggling antiquities into the city with your little stuffies, what
Yeah.
what kind of art objects? I mean, is it just this elephant theme that you go for, or is there something more involved for how you choose what kind of art to pilfer?
Well, one might say that I have a atypical visage, if you will. Tend to go for art pieces that celebrate my form.
Like giant elephant
Like elephants with big
wangs.
donks.
That was one of the pieces. Not all of them are of that nature.
So, like, your garden's full of elephant ear plants?
Maybe. Someday you might find out.
Oh, what do we have to do with this, anyways? You seem to be attached to us somehow. Can't help but notice.
You're interesting.
Well, I
The
know that.
four of you. One of you isn't here, but the four of you were in a week. You have managed to do more than most of your entire life put together and garner my attention. That's oh yes. Let's not forget, and piss off the most powerful man in the city.
Well, perhaps you shouldn't get too close, considering you are a thief.
Oh, I'm fine. And as you
And I wink. I wink
sitting
when I
there,
say that.
he's
And you.
and says, "Oh, I'm fine." And you watch as you feel this ripple through your the back of your head
Through
and
my
your
butt.
torso, and you watch as he pulls his arm to to get his glass and then take a drink, and then puts his arm back through you to have it rest on the edge of the couch again.
Does,
Like,
does it
I'm
tickle? Is it
fine.
like a bad touch?
It's as you hear of the
Creepy.
up your spine that the traditional wives' tale is, that means someone's walking over a grave of someone
Yeah.
that's related to you. It's that kind of like you can feel it, but you can't, and it's
I will
unnatural and not pleasant.
chug the rest of my gin and tonic.
Like,
And
yeah, that's a legitimate reaction to it. Like, just I need I'm not
and
I'm
I
too
will
sober for this.
and then noisily, slam the glass down on the table.
Plus, I don't really make a habit of making enemies.
Well, we do.
uh,
It hasn't escaped my notice
You guys
that you've
definitely do.
been to my house, which
Oh, did she like stuffing, by the way?
really?
I would consider out of bounds because what I do for the defenders is separate from what I do at home. There's a certain
And you see him he kind of tilts his head, not really paying attention, and like the back of your head kind of gets flapped by one of his ears. It's like, that's unusual.
there's a
Um,
certain propriety and separation, and I don't appreciate the boundary being crossed.
you see him, he's kind of like got his head tilted and
So
looking up
break and
at the
enter.
ceiling like there was no breaking.
Trespassing, either way.
Facing through the front door, it's just bending laws.
Sir, you're definitely not the main fish on our plate. Pardon my pun.
What?
I know, I'm not saying it right. I'm just fucking around. But one day,
Picturing him saying this like super serious.
Complete stammering
you will get
nonsense.
fried. Yeah, it's gonna be nonsense. And
Oh, I'm sorry. I was laughing too hard. Okay. Let's get please recap the gist of the statement. You
you're
don't have
not
to
the
repeat
only
the.
fish on our plate here, Elephantom, and eventually we will get around to you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
And meantime,
And you'll get cooked. I don't know. Part of my pun. I forgot that part of it.
I need you to roll charming plus intimidate if you have it.
I don't have
Actually, is
intimidate,
intimidation? I don't think I have intimidation as a skill. I think that would be persuasion or deception.
Okay. I'll do
Hold on. Let me double check here. Skills. Yeah, no. So it would just be persuasion if you are like honestly threatening him, or just trying to like ball talk.
honestly. Yeah, I'm an overconfident asshole. So.
Yeah, for Ricky, that's
Yeah,
definitely.
I'm definitely.
He means it.
Roll well.
Even if he or back it up.
Okay, I have one thing. Point. Style point.
What was?
Well, I rolled currently it's a 7, but I think I could do better because my
It was a
10-sided
what?
was low. It's a 7, but my 10-sided was really low, so
Okay.
I'm gonna roll that.
Okay.
Fuck off. It was a 8.
He kind of looks at you and quiet and is like, amusing, and kind of turns back to Mother Nature and is like, you know, separation of business and pleasure. It's a fair point. My apologies. Did your daughter like the stuffy, by the way?
She doesn't. I sort of repurposed that.
That's a shame.
You have to understand that based off of how we have encountered each other in the past, that
I
I
admit.
couldn't, even if your intentions were honest, I couldn't trust such an object to my child.
It wasn't the best of circumstances, that's for sure. I had assumed helping the bank would have given me a couple points, though.
Well, there are
It took me
points,
a
and there
week to
are
get the kink out of my back.
points. I mean, and consider that it did. I mean, we're sitting here having a conversation, aren't we?
Of course. That's what civil people do.
I can certainly be uncivil given cause. So the fact that I'm, being civil right now shows that I do appreciate that you helped save the children at the Smegma Bank.
I appreciate that. I didn't want to see the kids hurt. It wasn't their fault. No, some of the adults had.
You cut out.
Oh, he was saying, I didn't want to see any of the kids hurt. Some of the adults, on the other hand.
Yes. They are not the nicest of people. Marge just sighs. At this point, Tyler stomps up to the table, and he just hasn't noticed that anything in the Elephantom's there. He just thinks that Ricky and Marge are, just sitting there
Just
chatting.
having a drink.
What are you
Well,
doing?
Elephantom has refilled himself, right?
Oh, yeah,
Guys!
he's totally
Yeah,
visible.
okay.
Oh! What is this elephant doing here? He doesn't know Elephantom, does he? He doesn't know Elephantom.
No, I don't think he does.
Yeah, Tyler hasn't met Elephantom, I don't
I don't think
believe.
Tyler has encountered.
Guys, why are you talking to an elephant? Don't we gotta go? Like, you have to go home or something? Wink, wink. Oh, no, you don't have to go home. You have to go, wash some sheets. Yeah.
Nice.
Laundry. You have to do laundry.
Elephantom kind of like takes a little wave and kind of gestures to the seat like, why don't you sit down? Have a drink with us. You are old enough to drink, right?
I don't know, what are the laws of the city?
21.
Is he older? I can't remember how old
I
Tyler
don't know
is.
if he...
I can't remember if he's 20 or 22 or 23.
Uh,
Scrolling.
20 according to your sheet.
He's 20? Then
Oh!
no. He's not old enough to drink.
How did he get in here? With our...
It is a criminal location.
Not very good.
Yeah.
ID check-in.
The door is slack. They're slack. Well, I'm sure they've got young gang members and stuff.
True.
Yeah, and it's we're at about 5, just before 6 o'clock
true.
on a Sunday. Like, no, they're not going to bother having a bouncer out right now. It's
Right.
whatever.
Tyler's kind of like stomping. It's like, I'm not old enough to drink.
Well, I can see you guys are busy. I suppose we'll see each other later. And he drunk under the table and pulls the, as expected, bowler hat that was sitting on his kneecap and kind of like tips it up and tips it, shimmers a little bit. Feel his presence just wild, like backwards in through the wall and
Through the walls. Yeah.
through the couch and the wall behind you, and you're no longer. There's a little moment where you kind of lean into each other because you were, using his mass to retain position, and now it's not there.
Flop. And Tyler's like, whoa. Who was that elephant?
Just be careful with that guy.
He's like a phantom.
And an elephant put together.
Whoa. Is he a bad guy? What was he doing here? Is he like us?
He is a bad guy, Tyler. Like I said, careful with that fellow.
Okay, well, if I see him, I'll go the other way. Alright, so we're done with this joint.
Are we done? Yeah, we're
getting
done
such a bad rap.
He should stop stealing shit. That's why. Stealing art is bad.
Yeah, so Marge's mentally she's mentally kind of arguing. She's like, wondered if Edward Wren has any elephant erotica.
Well, oh my God! I just went over on the elephant shaking his booty with the.
With
Oh,
the
that's a
thong.
good one. Yeah.
Junk in the
Ah,
trunk.
shaking his junk in the trunk. Okay, all right.
Shake your money maker.
Shake your money maker.
Plus,
Well,
it was
yeah.
butt centric, so I thought that would be appropriate for
Well,
this
you know that
session.
that was Bert's bailiwick last night. So, um, anywho,
So yeah, we're out of here.
okay. As you exit the Daffodil Club, I would like everyone to once again roll
Roll what?
smart plus perception.
Oh dear.
6.
Whoa, 14 for Marge.
Shota, your luck from the has definitely abandoned you.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And
Well,
4 for
perception
Tyler.
is not really my strong suit.
So Tyler's 4 and Marge is 14.
I'm only rolling 2d6s for a perception because I don't have perception.
Okay, so Marge is the only one who, as you exit uh, the club and look around on the street, kind of make, trying to try you, for example. Ricky and Tyler paying attention to the individuals on the street and don't really pay attention to the ambience. Um, but with it being just after 6 o'clock in middle of April, Marge, you look up at and notice it's not unusual for these big city streets to be darker than normal because of the shadows of the buildings themselves. But it's a lot darker than it should be. And you look up and it appears to be uh, like it's like sunset's already happened. Like it's really extra dark. Or it's like it's about eight
No.
or 9 o'clock at night. And you check your phone and your watches, and yeah, no, it's still like just after 6.
But I need to get home. We don't have
It's
time for the
daylight saving.
mothership or a apocalyptic cow to be blocking the sun.
And it's as you are looking around. First off, Ricky
We're
and
gonna head
Tyler.
back to our car. Pardon?
I was asking if Marge pointed that out to Ricky and Tyler.
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay, so you're all looking
Guys.
around. There's frequently bits of performance art, and not unusual to see people dressed up in costumes or on the street corner doing some form of one man play, or a guy dressed up as Darth Vader playing machine on a bass for tips. That's not that unusual. Um, so as you spot someone with a visibly disjointed ish pallor to their skin, as though they're dressed up for a zombie flick, kind of staggering along, arms stretched out. No one's really paying him that much attention. It's just, man, I mean, whatever, keep the city weird. Um, Maybe he's going to an audition or just came out of an audition. Maybe he's method acting. Who knows? No one's really paying attention to someone until they do something. Um, and it's not until you watch as he lunges towards someone that gets close to preternatural speed change as he dives down, grabs the guy's pockets like he's trying to rip them off straight down.
Like
What?
pulling his pants off?
So this dude who's just minding his business tried to take a step around this thing, and all of a sudden there's a and the zombie is on the ground. His pants are on the ground. His underwear's on the ground. He just like reaches down and covers himself and screams a whole blue streak of obscenities. Tries to stumble back, but his pants are around his ankles, on his ass, and now everyone's starting to take notice. Like, the hell is this dude doing? And the zombie gets up. Well, I should say the entity which appears as though it might be a zombie, or is otherwise dressed as a zombie. The artist formerly known as Zombie, we'll put it that way, starts stumbling
What?
back down the street.
I feel like I've missed something here.
He just accosted somebody, the zombie.
So wait, am I getting this? The zombie like wanders down the street. He grabs somebody, pantses them, and then gets up and then continues walking.
That's pretty much a summary of what happened. Aggressively and violently shoves this dude's pants to the ground. Like, I mean, like WWE style, like full on, like grabs his pants at the waistline and the belt, and like full body face plants into the ground and into the sidewalk in the process. Uh, the guy again tries to back up because someone just like ripped his fucking pants down. Like, what the shit is wrong with you?
Marge looks at Tyler and she looks at Ricky, who are wearing pants, and she says, "Looks like this is a job for you guys."
Which is funny because as you say that and watch
Is
as
there a phone
now
booth nearby?
what are phone booths?
I know, I'm just fucking.
Like, phone booths haven't existed in like
Hey,
God.
there are phone booths. There are British phone booths outside of every pub in America.
Repurposed
for
for
ambiance.
decoration.
Yeah.
No, there's places that you can go, that you can duck things if you need to change into your costumes or what have you. But
We just got to get to the car in the alley or whatever we parked our Defender's mobile because
Well, it's 3 blocks away.
there is a privacy screening and stuff. They come equipped for this kind of thing.
Which is funny as you mentioned that because the zombie who's or the artist formerly known as Zombie is stumbling and weaving the street, which the people that are within him, who saw the first guy are giving him a little bit more of a berth and a wary eye. But of course, so they didn't see anything. So the people that are coming up are clueless.
Is this
And-
villain a zombie's name isn't Drop Trow, is it?
I'm sorry, what was it?
This zombie villain his villain name isn't Drop Trow, is it?
Oh, stupid Discord cut out at the name. Like, just
Drop
the name.
Trow.
Yeah,
Drop
Discord's
trout. Oh,
yeah, Discord's
no.
been dropping a lot. Like these trousers.
No, it's just
Tonight,
that
Tonight
it's just dropping.
really
It was
bad.
It's like dropping like every other word sometimes.
on, man. It's the important word. But no, as far as you are aware, it is not a villain named Drop Trap.
Okay.
Or Drop Trout, for that matter.
Okay, zombies are bad. Okay. So perhaps I think I'll get it. Yeah, Ricky will get into action, I think.
And,
But I
and
will
what
scooch into. Oh, there's not really any nearby alleys, are there?
not at
Not next to the Daffodil Club. Yeah, you said
not
it
next to
was
the Daffodil
attached.
Club. No. But he is going in the direction of the Taco Burger Palace that you guys parked.
Oh, really?
Which is not that surprising. I mean, it was either he's going towards it or away
Well,
from
yeah,
it.
that's where all the zombies eat. Taco Burger Palace.
I mean, brains.
Yeah.
Okay, we
And
gotta head this
nachos.
figure off.
And as you are, I'm assuming you're going towards the direction of your vehicle.
Yes.
Uh,
I just need a place to
Rushing or just
change.
going at a normal pace?
I'm gonna rush, and I'd like I said, I would like to have a place to change into my costume, my outfit.
Wait. How are you changing into your outfit?
I need a place. I don't know, anywhere on the way.
Oh, you're looking for a place to do it. Okay.
Yeah.
Bear in mind that's 1 minute of uninterrupted time when talking for
Yeah.
1 minute straight. Okay. All right. As you're, I'll say, yeah. There's a place you can shift off, just a little alcove between two of the buildings, a block away, with some
Okay.
dumpsters behind it, and it latest. But yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, you could shift if you so chose.
I do
Then
choose. I don't want to be
you could.
murdering shit without my my outfit on.
Meanwhile, what are Tyler and Marge doing? While Ricky's spending his.
Marge is just going towards her car. She's still intending to head home. She's like, I don't have time for this. I do not have time for zombies pulling pants down. You guys can totally handle it. You've got this. You've got this. And
What about Tyler?
Tyler will totally. Well, Tyler's got to change into his stuff. Tyler's totally not used to changing into his stuff, though. What is Tyler gonna do? Tyler is gonna jump up on the roof. That's what Tyler's gonna do. Boy.
Cue bionics noise.
And he's up on the roof now, and he's gonna change on the roof because nobody hangs out on roofs, right?
Good call.
So yeah, that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna jump up on the
Oh,
roof.
he's disconnected. Are you back? He's back.
Okay, I think I'm back.
Yeah, we can
I
hear
think
you.
I am back. Okay. So I don't know at what point I cut out there, but the last thing I recall saying is Marge saying that she doesn't have time for this and is going towards the car. And I asked, "What about Tyler?" And that's the last thing I heard.
Tyler jumps up on the stuff. He jumps up on the
Jumps
roof. He
onto
uses his super jump, and he jumps up on the roof. And he gets up once he's up on the roof. He changes, and then he's running along on the roofs, kind of tracking the zombie from the sky.
Okay. All right. So in street clothes, he's just gonna or is he gonna try and find and go into the alcove that
Yeah,
Ricky
he
went
can jump
into
from
and
the
then jump from the
alcove.
alcove?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Um, minimize the number of people that might see it. All right. Then approaching. All right. So as Marge is marching towards the Taco Burger Palace where the vehicle was parked, you notice coming from as you're crossing the street, there's another zombie to the left, and he has done the same thing to another individual, just forward, snarling, and grabbed hold of the waistline and yanked their pants down, and they, much in similar fashion, try and cover themselves back up, kind of stumble, and people are starting to be like, "Hey, what the fuck, man?" One dude comes over and curb stomps the zombie as he's on the ground, and you can see from this other street that there's 3 or 4 people that are now pantsless. So this is not the first time that zombies done it. The guy tries to curb stomp him to very little visible effect. Like, it doesn't seem like the zombie cared at all. It kind of pushes itself back up, reaches up, grabs the guy that curb stomps in his pants, and starts yanking it down, and they end up in a big old tug of war. And that's as you're walking. Or I'm assuming you're just going to keep walking by, or are you
Marge
going
is
to
so
stop?
exasperated. Is Marge close to an alley now?
Um, at this point, as you scan your location, you're probably closer to the car than to an alley.
Okay, so she gets in the car. She goes to the car. She gets in, does her little switchy changey in a minute to Mother Nature, and then pulls out of the alley and starts driving down the street toward the zombies.
Towards which, like the one that you were basically parallel walking with, or the one that was getting curb stomped?
Whichever one's closest. I mean, the first, when she pulls out of the alley, first zombie she sees.
The one that's walking with you is basically, well, I mean, you get ahead of it obviously because it's doing zombie shuffle. But around the time you get into your vehicle, he's basically approaching Taco Burger Palace.
All right.
Meantime,
So
around this time,
she
sorry, go ahead.
guns it ahead to like Taco Burger Palace. Oh wait, she's at Taco Burger Palace. I'm so confused about what's happened. So if she's actually at if we were actually parked at Taco Burger Palace, she's changed and she's gotten back out of her car and she just wants to zap the Zarf out of a zombie, the closest zombie that she sees.
Okay. So in the meantime, Tyler, to strike out as he's now in his outfit, um, doing running leaps and bounds over the buildings of the city. You get to a building basically right next door to the Taco Burger Palace. Basically, watch Marge get into the vehicle, come out as Mother Nature, and the zombie is approaching the general vicinity of the Taco Burger Palace. It does not appear that he's going directly at Marge specifically, but in her general location. And Ricky, who has since transformed into Shota, the anime warrior.
Yes. Would I be able to catch up to the first one that we saw?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, you'd have to do some running, but
Oh yeah. I'll
not
go
hard.
at a slight jog, and then I'll approach it from behind and
So we have
do the typical zombie thing and try to take its head off.
from the roof, strikeout, from the front, Mother Nature, and from behind, Shota.
Sounds great. Triangulation.
Full on triangulation. For no reason, a tumbleweed blows across the street. The zombie.
And I'll say something spiffy like just to catch its attention as I get really close to it, like, you like pants?
All right. Roll charming plus else. Hold on. Let me look at what you have. Um, Here we go. Fuck it. Roll charming plus video games. I don't even know. We're just gonna use it because why not?
Sure. I like it. Oh, that's a D6 as well. Oh my god. It's so bad. 6, 7, sorry.
7.
I got a
Okay.
1, 2 1s and a 5. What the
Wow.
frick?
All right. You find him. How close are you when you say this? Just curious.
Oh, within like a couple steps, I would say. just to get it to turn around.
Melee range, basically. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You belt this out in a full on. You like pants? And
Nothing
a
happens.
couple people across the street or across the parking lot look at you like, what? And then they see this zombie thing and they just kind of stop, like look at each other, and like one of them takes out their phone, like and turns the camera on. You can tell that he just turns the camera on and is like, something's about to go down. I don't know what it is, but I'm about to get some hits on YouTube.
Yep. Get
The
your
zombie,
clicks.
however,
Get your clicks.
does not appear to have even acknowledged or noticed that you said anything.
Fine. Can I just chop it?
All right. Well, before we do that,
Like a salad.
chop it like a chopped salad.
Like broccoli.
Chop it broccoli.
Chopping broccoli. Chopping broccoli.
I would mother.
Oh, you're gone. We can't handle this truth.
No, we can't. Yep.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
We should like use the DDO chat.
There we go.
He's back.
I think I'm back. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Okay. Now I can. Okay. Okay. So.
Oh, you tried to post a GIF and that just like,
No, I did that after I did that
Oh,
after
okay.
I came back. I did that afterwards. Anyway. Okay. So. Before. Oh, Shaun of the Dead is legend. Someone should have posted a Shaun of the Dead GIF, and
yeah,
I love that movie so hard. Anyway, Mother Nature or were either of you doing anything as you watched Shota jog up behind the zombie and yell out pants, and the zombie just keeps on just every day he's shuffling towards the Taco Burger Palace.
What? He ignores him?
Doesn't even like there's absolutely zero recognition that sound was addressed at him in any like you Mother Nature can see this from the front, looking at the
typical
facial expression.
Mother
Like there's
Nature.
no recognition that the sound was addressed at him at all or had anything to do. It was as if like a car drove by. Like
Mother
noise.
Nature runs into the restaurant and she pushes everyone out of the way and she orders a taco burger combo with extra nacho cheese sauce.
Okay.
Oh
And
no!
then she carries the tray, the plastic tray, outside and puts it down in the parking lot in the path of a zombie, just in case.
All right.
Interesting.
If they
Okay.
aren't lured by Shota's pants, which why wouldn't they be?
Well, he hasn't seen Shota's pants.
Oh, I thought he was shouting at him and being like pants. I thought he was like daring
I was
him.
trying to egg it on. I was trying to egg it on, and it didn't give a hoot.
I thought it was like he was double dog daring him to pants him, but I got that wrong.
Well, in a way, I was, I guess.
Well, from my theater of the mind that I had going on is Shota was basically like ran up behind him or behind the zombie and was yelling from behind him to get him to turn around. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's just kind of what I picked up from that. Or did you stand in front
Oh,
of
that's
it?
correct. No,
Oh,
that's
okay.
correct. I
Okay.
was trying to do it to get its attention, but also, if it turned around and wanted to try to drop
Try
my
to go for
pants,
your
I would.
pants.
Yeah. I mean,
So he
Okay.
hasn't seen his pants yet. Mars is
No.
He has
interpreting
not
this
seen
as
Shota's pants.
Mars is interpreting this as the zombie is fixated on Taco Burger Palace for a reason. And she's assuming that it must have something to do with the trans fats in all of the fast food.
Because that she would, of course, lead to that. Now,
Yeah.
the other thing you note that Marge notices is uh, in her Mother Nature out, which looks. Do we have we have an image of that on the whiteboard? It's a clipped one.
A little tiny commercial.
I don't have a.
Chiffon
I don't have a full
margarine.
size one. Basically, for those anyone who's listening from the chiffon margarine ads back in the 70s, think long white flowing dress with flowers for a belt.
She's kind of wearing like a Grecian kind of robe thing. And she's got like a flower garland. And she has green gloves and a green mask. And I guess a green wig, right?
Yes, and the green wig. Which, oh my God, I have the drawing of it. Why don't I have? I can just email myself the drawing of it.
I
I don't know
haven't
why
ever
I don't
seen a
have it
drawing. Have you done a
already.
drawing of Shota?
I have not. I've been a slacker. I have not done Shota or Mr. Bits yet. I've been. I haven't done much of any drawing really lately. Well, I did Toby. I did Toby the Tentacle.
Yeah, which pretty much is the most important thing.
You're right. That was the bestest art ever.
Mission critical. You always need to draw the tentacle first.
Yeah, that's sad because
Which tentacle is this?
my character, my warlock in the Ghost of Saltmarsh
Oh,
campaign
okay.
run by Bonnie is one of the Lurker of the Deep pact,
Lurker of the
and
Deep Pact.
and as such has
Deep.
can summon a tentacle, but he's rolled so poorly. We named him Toby, and he's become the sheepish tentacle who doesn't really want to be violent.
What's funny is he's named Toby after the other campaign, the Hugs Unlimited one. Because Toby was this House Cannith worker in a secret shadow lab for House Cannith on Korthos Island. And he was a real fuck up.
Yep.
They're trolling through this research and development wing of the old Cannith manufactory, and there are like all these post-its about Toby, don't do this, Toby, don't do that,
Damn it, Toby!
and like
All right, so I
reports where
threw
he's
the,
been written up and people are begging for transfers and stuff of Toby.
So there we have my very poor drawing of Mother Nature in her 1970s chiffon margarine ad outfit with the green wig and the green boots and the green mask, doing her Nature's Wrath
And now she kind of
on the
has
whiteboard.
the like little ivy with jungle vines wrapped around her forearms,
Well,
ready for
yeah,
deployment. Because
red,
this was
big, nice,
pre
loose.
that upgrade.
Yeah, loose sleeves. This is before the vines
Yeah.
getting launched out. So yeah, so he sees this dress, and again, just like the sound from Shota, there's no recognition that you're there, or no acknowledgement that you are present.
He doesn't care about the food.
far as the taco with French fries and nacho cheese sauce, and the large sprit, because I can't say the other thing.
Yeah.
A large sprit that you put on. By the way, the workers kind of look at you funny as you take the tray out. They're like, "Hey, oh, okay."
This
And
he doesn't drink the 6 down.
I bought this for a homeless guy.
he acknowledge it at all and continues his plodding trek towards
Well, she just needs to zarp him
towards
with
the.
lightning. Can Marge zarp with lightning?
If you would like to, yeah. Is Tyler Strikeout just watching this from the rooftop like he's Nightwing?
He's reached the roof edge, and yeah, he's totally striking a pose and like observing what's happening.
All right. Blast him with lightning. Go ahead, make your roll. That would be your offense plus
16.
16.
That's 16 for my offensive roll for my lightning.
16.
I go
16.
I go zarp.
That's a difference of 10.
What? He rolled a 26?
No. He rolled a 6.
Oh, that's good.
So you got a difference of 10 plus, which I don't remember what your Nature's Wrath is at anymore. Is it?
My
D8 or
damage
D10?
is 2d10.
2d10. Oh my god. Whee!
But I only rolled a 4, so it's a good thing there is a 10-point difference. 14.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 4.
A 4 diggity.
4.
A four.
Okay.
It's 13.
You watch as the sky doesn't darken at all because it's already dark. And you notice the streetlights are turning on. People are occasionally, one or two people are like, "Hey, that's kind of dark," but most people are kind of walking around looking at their street. Most people either are walking,
Just the
either
redneck
looking at their
ones.
smartphones, like,
The city
Hey!
yeah, the one
the
redneck
city's
guy.
now
Hey,
The
that's
almanac. The almanac doesn't say it's going to be this dark.
The city's now west of Bessemer City.
we're all gone messed of the Mississippi. Wow,
Shoot!
yeah. We are messed of the Mississippi now.
What? Shoot!
Okay,
Bless your heart. So does he get zarped?
well, the sky doesn't darken anymore than it normally does, and out of nowhere, a lightning bolt just materializes, echoes off the wall. That gets a couple people's attention, including the guy with the film, the camera filming. He's like, "Whoa, dude!" You blow the zombie's left arm completely off its body. Half its rib cage just flops down. There's some smoke as the flesh is, but it's incredibly obvious this is best as a zombie because blowing someone's arm completely off gets their attention. And with half your rib cage clop down, splorched and flopping as you take each shuffling step, living people don't do that.
Damn it! I was aiming for his head because you know you have to aim for the head.
Double
It's a
tap.
real zombie. Man, wouldn't it have sucked if this wasn't an actual zombie? That was just a person in cosplay, like being really convincing, and I like murdered.
Yeah, it's just
innocent
like
civilian.
like one of those zombie walks.
That would
You
have
know,
been
like a
so
flash
awesome.
zombie
A
walk.
zombie run. That would have been
Flash
awkward.
zombie mob.
The things you think of after you electrocute people.
Yeah.
At least you thought about domestic terrorism before attacking a boat in the harbor.
Well, they should really think about it.
You know, I
when
totally thought for a
there's
split
whole
second.
organization of superheroes.
I totally thought for a split second at the beginning of this encounter that it could be somebody in a costume, but that didn't last in my head.
No. Don't worry, I'm about to take another head off.
I can't be cautious for that period of time. What?
Well, at this point, there's going to be a little bit of initiative. So I need
Okay.
everyone
Okay.
involved. You don't have to roll for strikeout. If he's just watching like Nightwing and isn't going to get involved, then he doesn't have to roll. But if he is, then he does have to roll. Basically,
I'll
everyone
roll.
that's going to get in. in on this action.
It's hero and fast,
He
right?
wasn't going to be first strike, but he might be the last. So is
And
it?
yes, hero plus fast. And zombie rolled a 2.
Ooh, 11. 11.
Marge is 7.
Okay.
Tyler is 9.
Okay. So turn order is everybody, then the zombie. Go figure. When you roll a 2 for initiative, at least it's not a pity one because you rolled a 0. All right. So Shota, what would you?
Okay, so as the zombie just continues to stumble down the street, I pull out my very sharp sword and I go for the neck, like you do with zombies, to lop off its mother effing head.
All right.
And
Rolling
my
very
attack
poorly.
is 13.
Yeah, I got a 7. So there's a 5 plus whatever your damage is, which I'm assuming you're using super flashy weapon
Yeah,
skills.
I'm using super flashy. So 9 plus 5 is 14.
14. All right. Yeah, with the damage already dealt to the zombie by Mother Nature's lightning bolt, or call lightning, basically. Sorry, I can't use that. That's proprietary. Nature's Wrath, I think, is the name of it.
Yes, Nature's
Trademark,
Wrath.
trademark,
Yeah,
copyright.
yeah. TM, Circle C. For Nature's Wrath, blowing half his chest off, you already from behind, basically just yaijutsu your katana runs, and its head comes completely off and it pitches forward.
And I repeat the line, you like
Unfortunately,
pants? More of a question this time.
it pitches, unfortunately, onto the number 2 combo tray, basically rendering it probably not safe to eat.
We can take that to the Inparl lab later.
Yeah.
And it's right around this time that back from the street that Mother Nature crossed and watched several people and accosted by another zombie, that you start hearing sounds like burgeoning panic. Like there's starting to, that the people are starting to realize this isn't a publicity stunt. Like this is actually not a dude dressed as a zombie. The crowd is slowly coming to that realization much slower than you did, and to flee from that street. And that's where we're going to call it for the night.